Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our review show of our round 26 match versus the Broncos. Aaron, it had everything 66 points. We had the new kickoff trial game enforced. We had an STB hat trick. We had sewer magic. We had everything, mate. How good? What a game. How are you, mate?
Yeah, no, I'm really good, mate, and I enjoyed that. That was a few silly errors in there that cost ourselves a couple of tries for sure, but like at least we stayed with it, and we 7 tries in the first half and 4 in the second half, so it was entertaining nonetheless. But most importantly, how was your birthday, Trav? Tell everyone happy 40th.
You got me halfway through it, tagging followers. My 40th was okay, mate. It's actually, it was better than okay. I got spoilt with some beautiful gifts. I got plenty of cuddles, plenty of kisses from my girls. Had a great carrot cake. I for my birthday cake, and then I got to watch a bloody good game. It was quite entertaining. I don't mind the errors. I understand it was round 26 of two teams that are not making finals, so I get that there were some lazy things that happened, but bloody hell, it was good to watch, and it was great to beat the Broncos, mate. Now, you just keep talking for about
It
10
always is.
seconds so I can tag the followers, mate.
All right, well, like all this talk before the game about this new rule, and to be honest, I really think when we in the second half when we actually chose to receive, I think it actually slowed our momentum. I just think it changed the way we play, and we were in such a good role there. I thought, I think it can be used at a certain time of the game, but just doing it when you're in front is, I don't know. I don't think it's ever going to be valuable unless you're desperate.
I actually, well, let's get onto that. So I actually liked what the two teams did in the first half, where it was just literally, as normal. It
Conventional.
was just what it is, what it
Yeah.
is, and went as normal. And I didn't mind that there was a few trials in the second half. What I liked that both teams did was, or particularly us, was the Broncos did it first. Hunt kicks the mid ranger just to sort of test the theory of it, and then Meany for every one of our kicks that we were forced to do the what do they call the trial kickoff rule. Meany kicked it long each time with a side ball. So I like that. It was only once that it was a short kickoff. Broncos got it. So I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed.
It feels like if you're chasing points, that short kickoff is there, and if you're losing, but if you get to kick it off and you just bury them in the corner and you just try and really make that a defensive set that turns into your offense, I think it really, if you're in front, you can really still grind a team out. And I think the teams with momentum will still do that. They'll just, really get up on that line speed, really put that pressure and really bury them deep in their corner off the kickoff anyway. So, yeah, it's good for a chasing team, and I can see why they're, trying to give the chasing team some kind of extra chance. But I think you'll lose a bit of excitement as well. Like if a team's trying to chase down big points and they start to get on a roll, you'll take that away from the game.
Yeah, Malachi, I agree. It was a great win. G'day, Mike. Nice to see you and join us. We've got Ray says, great win, guys. What a great win. 3 Steph, 2 STB, 1 Sewer. We will get to ours later
Not
on, but I
bad.
don't mind though. I don't mind that top 3. Drake, best birthday gift,
Yep.
Trav. It is a fantastic gift. Not only that, I'll give a shout out to a man that I'm pretty good mates with in Matt, and he is the SC Matrix, and he works for or runs the Supercoach Insight. And I jumped on his podcast straight after one of our live shows. I don't know about just after Origin, and we made a bet. If the Broncos or if the Storm finish above him on the ladder, we owe each other a slab. He owes me a slab, and vice versa. So it's now official. So I can't wait to message him.
Thanks for the
It
slab.
makes my birthday gift even better. So I'm very happy with that. Tep says nothing sweeter than smashing the Bronx. I agree. Stephanie says, what a game. Was worried at the start with the 6 agains. Yeah, Steph, we're going to get into that
Even
really
the whole
quickly,
game,
but I'm going to.
we gave a shitload of
Yeah.
six agains away.
Mike, he says, what is the problem they're trying to solve with the new rule? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Look, I'm going to be honest, Mike. There's actually a whole lot of things that are broken this game. NRL has a lot that needs to change, and that I think that are broken based on the fact that the NRL has, particularly Peter V'landys, has been changing rules, and unfortunately, these rules are the only reason why there's a lot of things that we have problems with. The purpose of this game, of the rule, is to curb the momentum. It's to stop these massive, scoring games where teams put on 20, 30 points in 25, 30 minutes and curb the momentum. That's literally what it's for. Aaron, is there anything else you want to say with that?
That's they've sped it up so much. They've reduced the penalty back to the 20-meter line. As soon as you give away 1-6 again, now you're on the back foot, and then you keep teams rolling over the top of you, and then points become more points. And what they've tried to do is give the losing team, or the team that's struggling, an easy out so they can try and wrestle back momentum there. It's a band-aid solution, if you ask me. I said from the start I hate it, and to be honest, I still hate it. I don't like it at all. I think it's a bit of a gimmicky kind of thing, and it just rewards the team, like as they've been saying all week, just play better defense and get better, because if some teams will flog you.
I think Ennis,
that's going to happen.
I think Ennis summed it up, Aaron, and I'm sorry to cut you off there, but there's something you said specifically really well there that Ennis said at the end of the game, or towards the end of the game, when Vossi asked him some questions about the rules, and Ennis just calmly goes, just be better. Like, don't allow the tries and be better. It's as simple as that. He's a traditionalist. He doesn't want to change the rules. He said it was okay, but his simple thing is don't change the rule because teams just need to be better. Tep, we are going
Kronk said it at the start too.
Yeah, I agreed. Tep, STB improving every week. Absolutely. Guys, I've put the link in the chat. I'll put it in one more time, then hopefully Jess in the background can get in there. Anyone that's interested, this is we've dedicated this show as a review show to the community, so come on in, click that link, I'll let you in and we can have a chat. That's what this conversation's about. We will talk, we'll get through this podcast ourselves if we have to, but we would love to get as many people on the show as we can. Thank you, Malachi. Appreciate that. Glenn, I agree. There needs to be some indication on the scoreboard and TV screen to tell us who is kicking off. I thought that was definitely something that needed to happen. Vinny says, great game. SDB showed glimpses of what he can do. Absolutely. We'll talk a little bit about that. Stephanie says, the 6 agains are broken. Couldn't agree with you more. It's not the new kickoff rule. It's the 6 agains. Terry, hey guys, great game by the boys. And just some more 6 agains from everyone. I'm not ignoring you, but yeah. And then Nathan, last comment before we start to analyze the game. How do we go against Cronulla next week? If we play like tonight, we'll destroy them, but with the 6 agains, they'll trample us. Absolutely.
Like with the 6 agains, like tonight, we gave away, I think, like would it have to be 10? I think it would have to be 10. I think there was 2 times in a row where I reckon there'll be 10. I'm not sure, but I'd guess that. I think there was 2 times in a row where we gave 3 in a row, and
6
you've seen what happened last week. Huh?
I reckon we did 4 in a row.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought there was definitely one where there was 3 in a row, and I reckon there was another one as well. So some of them might be just offside penalties as well. So I'm not sure. But it felt like we just walked a fine line tonight. If Wyatt wanted to blow someone and send him to the bin, I thought he had an opportunity there at least once in the game to put someone away.
I said to my wife while I was watching that, I was like, we're very lucky we weren't given again when we were 1 man down with Leo in the bin and we did those 4 in a row. And then they go up the other end, and I turned to Jess and I said, like, watch what happens. Watch the ref give us the sin bin here for the repetitive 6 agains, and the world will blow up. We have our first guest in here. His name is Mike. G'day, Mike. How are you, mate?
Good to be in, lads.
How are you, brother?
Very good.
How'd you go watching that one?
Good to be a part of it.
What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts on the game, mate?
Thoughts on the game. Look, we played well. Thought Wishart played very well. Leo was a standout for me tonight. Unfortunate for him to go off in the bin, but
first half.
I mean, it is what it is. It was head high. You go off every time.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you reckon? Do you reckon he misses a week for that shot? Or yeah,
I don't
it
think he
was
misses
pretty
a week,
heavy,
mate.
even though he's falling.
Nah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I said to Trav, I reckon he will. He got him good. I know he's fallen. I know it was like incidental and he was fallen, but geez, he hit him hard.
You see the replay on one angle, I thought it was pretty bad. On the front on angle,
Yep.
didn't look so bad. So I think he'll be all right.
Okay.
Mike,
Touch wood.
Mike, I tend to agree with you. I think he probably misses next week, but we'll just see what happens. But I can see it not getting much, and the sin bin being the penalty for that one. Mike, you've joined us. Thanks for joining us. We're very happy to have you here. Did you have a question or anything you'd particularly like to talk to us about?
No particular questions in mind. I was just happy to be a part of what you guys have built. Followed you through the years, so just happy to join in. I'd like to see some
awesome.
other Storm fans here on the Storm family just get in, and I've seen a few of the blokes get in through the years, and be interested to see some of the fans come through and show some support for the club.
Yeah,
Well, on these away games, I think the plan is to start doing this kind of format, and then we can do it straight after the game. I mean, we've only had one look at it, and it's good to get the fans in, just have a quick rundown on what their initial thoughts are before it gets broken down too much, I suppose.
Perfect.
Yeah, I think I'm looking forward to it. I think this is something that we've kind of trialed. We've intended on wanting to do this a lot more, but yeah, it's great. And the more we grow and the older we get, the more people will come in. Mike, I've got a question for you.
Sure.
The question is, there's a lot of people talking about how good Leo is and that he needs to play for us next year. Where do you think he fits in with our guys coming through?
Yeah, that's a difficult choice with the players we've got coming in the club next year and Xavier coming back. Where does Howard fit into the picture? Few injury concerns there. Does he replace Howard, or do we see them interchange and just see how the season works out? I think it'll work itself out pretty early in the season next year. I've got a lot of faith in Moses Leo. I think he's come good. He's a bit late in the years. What do they say? He's 29 now, but I think he could make
29.
a big impact.
Yep.
Yeah,
What about you, Trav? What do you reckon on that one?
Stephanie absolutely agrees with you too, Mike, and she says, I think Moses needs to be in our side next year. If anything, she'd move Howarth. I'm going to go Coates on the wing, obviously Asako on the opposite wing. I've got Cherry in the centres, and I think Howarth is our next best centre. I really like Leo. I think he's fantastic and has been great with the opportunities he's got. But there's unfortunately just the way it is with our depth and our team next year that I don't think he has that place. I prefer him out on the wings more than in the centres. To me, it's just I think that's what it happens. But look, injuries are happening. We don't know what's happening with Eli Katoa just yet. Do we move Howarth into that spot? Like, I don't know just yet. But that's kind of ideally, if everyone does return, that's where I'd go. Aaron?
Yeah, I hate to say it. I like him as well. I think he's grown into a really good player. He's strong. He made some massive tackles tonight. That front on one in his line, he got crunched, held on tight, and he's really developed into a player. But I prefer to see him on the wings. And unfortunately, man, with X and Azako there, there's you just can't fit him in. He's a solid depth player, and if we need to call him in, he probably can play anywhere in 2, 3, 4, or 5, and it'd be a great fill-in.
Absolutely. Hey, Mike, what's your thoughts on seeing Marion Seve return?
That was a wonderful thing. I mean, I was a bit sad to see Sue go off. He was on fire, but to see Seve come on and make the impact he had in the short time he was on the field, it was great to see.
Yeah, Terry stole my thunder here and says, wasn't it fabulous to see Marion back out there? Wonderful try-saving tackle as well. Aaron.
Yeah, no, heartwarming. I love to see that. I love him. I love him. He's just a hard worker, and every time he gets there, he tries hard. He's a wrecking ball. He runs straight. No handbrake on him, and yeah, it's good to see him back.
Mike, you're a champion, man. Thank you so much for joining. Give us your 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1. Saw for 1. I have to go with Leo for 2. And just going off what I've been saying earlier, Wishart 3.
Fair enough. Hey, talk to me about those
Good
jerseys
stuff.
behind you. Are they signed?
Okay, so Marika Corabetti, Cameron Smith's 300th game. That's, I think, 3 tries in that game. And Kenny Bromwich on the other side. 2017.
Love it.
3, 5, 6.
Scoring against Parramatta to get us into the grand final. Well, I think for getting us into the grand final. Either way, it wasn't the last try there, but yeah, deserved the frame.
That Cam 300 Heritage jersey, that's my favourite Storm jersey of all time. That I've got one. I don't have it framed, but I've got one. And mate, they're elite. They're the best ones. Such good quality.
Love it, Mike. Thank you, man, for joining. Hey, just quickly, Mike, just do me a favor when you get off. Just make sure you upload into it so that I don't have to chase you with a message later on to say, can you do it overnight for me, man?
No problem.
I would appreciate that. But, geez, you're a champion, mate. Thank you so much for joining in. And don't be a stranger. Come on the next one.
Will do. Thanks, lads. Appreciate it.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks,
See ya.
Mike.
Aaron, let's get into the actual, a bit of a game analysis. There's a lot that happened in this game, and we...
What about the first kick from Jahrome? Do you reckon Ezra took him out in the air or what? They didn't even go back. Look at it. White didn't even bat an eyelid. Hughesy ends up on the deck.
I straight up said that straight into our chat. Like, the kickoff rule is different now that Hughes is playing. Oh, not the kickoff rule, the tackling the kicker rule. It's literally only because I think it's only because he wrapped him instead of the push, which they called later in the game, which Ricky did. But it's still like he was in the air. It was a belting tackle through him. That's a penalty every day of the week.
I got no problems with him hitting him hard if he's on the ground and taking him to the ground. If it was on the ground and he just hits him that hard, so be it. But Hughesy had got off the ground, and I thought it was pretty clear. If you get in the air, that's a penalty.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're not going to get stuck on that.
We are not, but the rules are different. Guys, as you can see, if anyone else wants to come in and have a chat, that's how easy it is. Let's just like Mike, come on in and go from there. But Stephanie, just quickly before we get into a really quick game analysis. So who are we all going for in the finals? Now we are gone. I'm up the Waz. Look, the feel-good story for me would be the Waz, but I'm on the Dolphins.
Give me Waz Dolphins grand final. I've got tickets, so that's what I want to see.
Nice. Yeah, same here. All right, let's get into it, mate. So, a quick stat that popped up before the game, and it was as they were running out since 2020. With Hughes, our percentages are with Hughes playing, we win 74% of the time. When Hughes does not play, we lose the games. We win 47%. So there's a very clear when Jahrome Hughes plays for us, we win games. We win 3/4 of them. Well, how do you feel about that stat?
I mean, like even tonight, I think there's 3 tries there that go through the hands of the big 3, and I think 2 of those actually go through Sewer as well. So I think, if Hughesy, Munster and Harry can all link up, I don't know, I think we're dangerous. If we can get those 3 specifically on the park and Sewer out the back, I just think it adds so much because they don't know where to go, and there's 3 quality ball players there that can just find holes around the park. So, mate, I thought Hughesy, without being a star tonight, done a lot of little things that were really good. Just straightens the line at the right time, has that big right step where they have to overcommit on him, and then it just creates space around the players around him because they're worried about what he's going to do. So, mate, there's a huge in, and mate, it's great to have him back. Even if he didn't look 100%, to be honest, he looked a little bit proppy. He wasn't sprinting out much, and
No, he was game
he
managing
didn't
very
look.
much so. But you can just see with that, even just game managing the way he played, it helped us so much. It shored us up, it straightened us up, and then because he's so good with his foot, it kept the Broncos honest, and they had to stay on their line. They couldn't rush up too hard. And STB. I mean, the proven example is. The STB like last minute try. He just puts that on a dime, and
Perfect kick.
STB goes and gets that perfectly.
What did you think early with the Trent Loiero crusher tackle on Karapani? Like, what do you think he'll get for that?
I didn't think it was
I
bad.
think it's a crusher. Like,
I think
I
it's
think
a
it's a
penalty.
crusher. He definitely. Yeah, I agree. I thought it was a penalty. His head did go in the wrong position, but Trent never pushed down on it, and just it landed in that spot. And
You're right.
I don't know. I thought he
It's
milked it a
just
little
I
bit.
think I don't think he milked it per se, but I think he does what most of
He
the
fell that way.
he does what most of the players do, and they turn and then go down, and then what is the defender supposed to do? Like, does he just like how does the defender not like roll off and keep hold of him?
Trent tried to lift up, but there wasn't really much room for him to go. So, yeah, I do think there was a bit of pressure on the neck, and fair enough, I think, penalty. And if you're going to put it on report, fair enough. But I hope the match review panel can just see that was just a football incident. It's not like he pushed down on his neck and tried to crush him.
I have absolutely no problem with this with the report because you just go look at it because it is a crusher tackle. But yeah, I'm comfortable with that one being a penalty. Let's talk about our first try. So Leo with a fantastic run up the middle. Like, oh, God, he got up there really well. Walters gets that back of the head penalty. Did you just really quickly, and I don't want to make too much of this, but did you see Sewer slap Walters on the back of the head?
Sue was in a little bit of a chirpy mood
He
last night.
wasn't
Tonight,
he?
sorry, in the game. He kept, every time there was an incident, when Mariner was there, he got into him. He
Yes.
was getting into Tafa. He was being a little Jack Russell tonight.
Oh, but anyways, I saw it, and my wife was like going, "Nah, he didn't do that." And then we looked. I was like, "No, I'm so sure I just saw him do it." I had to rewind it back, and we both just blew up and
loves it.
laughed, going, "What are you doing, man?" We've seen that get overturned and all sorts of things. But anyways, we pushed the ball up. Carrigan does. So we keep going up. Walters with another off the high tackle on Leo. We push the ball. Trent gets through. Carrigan gets that foul play penalty. And then we tap it. And Stefano basically with a good run, but he just 10-pin bowls over the Broncos for our first try.
It was a bit soft by the Broncos, really. I mean, they've just given away a penalty. They're 10 metres out. Harry Grant's just standing there waiting to tap the ball. And Steph's just one out on the ruck, 10 out from the line. And he gets the ball and he literally just runs straight over Haas, straight over Carrigan, turns around, Perham's there, misses him. Walters had a crack at him and Steph scores under the post. Now, there was a lot of work to do there, but I think the defense was fucking horrible. I think Madge would be fuming on that one.
I think he would be. I think Madge will be fuming about a lot of things about that game. But 22-minute mark, we play out a little bit. 22-minute mark, it was...
Oh, there's a Broncos try in between that.
Well,
no?
no, so the 22-minute mark, the ball comes... so it's piss poor defense. Piss poor defense. The ball shifts across. Staggs makes a really powerful run, but he literally just runs over Wishart and then Leo. But there's not much you can do when on the edge when Staggs gets ahead of full of steam. I just think that through the middle of the pack there and through that set, it was just really poor defense. But Staggs gets over for that try. Pera misses, and that's 2 in a row that both the teams have declined the new kickoff rule.
Yeah, and what happened is we scored there, and then just as we usually do, like the first tackle after points, Bloor goes to stand up, and it's a bad play of the ball, and then Broncos end up down their end of the field. So, that's where we just need to be better on that straight after points, and we turned it over there, and then Broncos get a repeat set, they do a short kickoff, and then as you said, Staggs had a really good strong run after the 6 again there out to that side, and it was hard work for Wishy or for Moses Leo to stop him, but he just ran straight over the top. He's a monster that close to the line.
You can't. When he gets ahead of steam, you can't stop him, even if you're one of the best defenders in the comp. Broncos obviously declined the kickoff. 15 minutes to go. Stefano comes on. Stefano comes off. McDonald comes on. I was really surprised that Cooper Clark doesn't come on there at that point. But anyways, Jordan Ricky just absolutely hammers Hughes again in the kick. And there's a penalty off that. Sewer goes up to him and he hits him in the back of the head twice, which I kind of laughed at because Jordan Ricky's not a little man. The point of saying this is that this leads into the Wishart try. So Liero with a really nice run. He cuts off that right foot, goes past the 4 players. Broncos were pretty poor in that, but either way, it was still a good run by Liero. Hunt digs into him. Munster has the space off the Liero pass. He offloads it to Wishart with a really nice run. We get that try. We go up 18-4, and the Broncos decline the kick again.
Yeah, so far all the kicks are declined, and yeah, as you say, mate, Trent got that ball, and they just didn't want to commit to him, so he just kept jinking across. And when it got to Munster, he straightened the line, and Wishy was running that strong line there, and Munster just found him. I think Wishy might have got through Haas on that one. I think Haas might have been the one that missed the tackle.
Yes, he does.
Wishy came through.
Yep, absolutely right.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it left a bit of space there because I think Staggs overcommitted actually when Munster went to straighten up and then go out. I think Staggs thought it was going out and left the gap on the inside.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, when Alec can we just talk about Alec when he came on? And I know we've been shit canning him, but fuck, tonight he played some good footy. I mean, he had a chance to score a try there as well. The pass was a little bit behind him, but whilst he was on, I was pretty happy with him tonight.
Yeah, I thought he played all right. I wasn't bringing that up for any negativity. I was surprised that Clark would. I was surprised Clark didn't come on and partner up with King, particularly at that point in the game when we had that momentum. I thought Clark would have been really handy. He does come not far after that, but yeah. Straight off that kickoff, though.
Hang on. Can I just go back there? We missed there's one try we missed between that. The Nick Meaney try on the hard unders line when Sewer come around the back and then hit Wishy that was just fucking hammering on that line. So that was the 23rd minute.
Yes, that really off the scrum feed. Sewer with a really nice
Munster to Hughes, Sewer out the back. Meaney running that unders line just straight through, and that was huge.
Huge hit.
Meaney was on fire at that stage.
Yep, I agree absolutely. All right, so
sorry,
no, you don't need to be sorry. I missed that entirely. I'm scrolling through my notes here, and I've written lots, but all right, so straight off that kick off the Wishart try, Munster throws that forward pass. It's a momentum killer massively, but was that even forward? Like, seriously?
I think because he was on his knees and he was like twisting his body, it kind of looked like he was in an awkward position. But if you look at the line on where he threw it, I definitely think it went backwards. So I think it was a bit stiff there.
I think he absolutely was. But either way, he gets that. So then we curb the momentum back. We play some good defence. We get some good sets. Munster kicks the ball to STB, but STP doesn't quite pick up that plan. The purpose of saying this is that it feeds into the next part, which the ball, Karapani spills it goes out. We get off the scrum feed. We play from that. We do some really nice passes. Quick sprig through the right. STP just absolutely powers through for a try. We go up 24-4.
So I just like the best part of that for me was the catch and pass from Meaney. Like he's already on this little purple patch playing good footy, and the ball comes through Hughes' hands, which was a quick pass out to Meaney, and then when Meaney caught it, he had to catch it, bring it across his body, and had to make the pass, and it had to be all in one motion, or it wouldn't have happened. And he did. He got it out there to STB, who had a fair bit of work to do out there. It wasn't just stroll over. He beat Carrigan, stepped inside him, and then steamed over the top of Mariner and put the ball down. So that was a nice strong carry. Not the easiest try to get down, but good work from the kid for getting it down and going on with the start to his game.
Absolutely. We get that try. We're up 24-4. We have all the momentum. 4 minutes to go. Don't know what Munster was thinking. He sees Hughes run past him, but just take that tackle. That was a terrible offload. And man, gets one of his two very lucky tries. Literally, it wasn't because the Broncos did anything good. It was because we made a mistake. His second try, we'll talk about in a minute. But what I want to point out here is exactly what I've written in my notes, and what Grant has put up here is, can we also talk about how Macca almost caught Mam when he scored his try faster than I thought? So Macca almost gets him, but guess who goes and hits him? But guess who hits him when he puts the ball down? Cooper Clark hit him. So Cooper's there too. So our big forwards are the ones running after that, which was absolutely fantastic. But, poor play.
Macca reminded me a bit of Happy Gilmore there. That's Mr. Gilmore's jacket.
I need to chop that one up. That'll make a good reel. Let's keep moving on. Okay, so 1 minute to go, and actually, I just want to point out that Ezra Mam does that intercept. He gets the try, and did you see what he did? Like his celebration there. Like, I'm like, man, you're a flog.
This is my house. It's like the Katoni Stag. This is my house.
Dude, you're a flog. I understand what you're trying to do there, but
you've won 2 games there. You've won 2 games there this year. This is our house.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, I really want to finish the first half off the scrum, right? Harry, mate, you're a fucking wizard. Harry, you fucking wizard. What a kick to run left, kick that check side kick, knowing the Sewer's behind him. Sewer was well behind him. Sewer gets there, Karapani pressure, fumbles it, Sewer gets it, and then well done to Wishart to be there as well to know the play. Sewer just offloads it to Wishart for a try through the middle, and we finish the half up 30-10. Oh, fucking what a try, man.
Yeah, that's just a set play. They were doing that regardless of where the defense was, and that was going to happen no matter what. But for Harry just to pick it up off the ruck and then to get that kick in facing that way, to put it in that spot, Sewer was probably 5 or 6 meters behind the line. Like, it wasn't like he was right on the line either. He just knew that if he come from the back, they wouldn't be aware on him. Perham turned around and I think he just heard footsteps there. He shit himself. He's a young fullback. And we said it in the pre-game that it's when you put this extra pressure on these young kids where they make little mistakes. And I mean, he'd love to have that back and dive on it with 2 hands and just ground the ball there. But he tried to pick it up and knocked it back, and Sewer was all over him, picked it up. And as you said, the most pleasing part about that is they didn't let Sewer go on his own. Wishy was aware. He was there just in case Sewer could get the ball, and it did fall our way, and picked it up, and he was right in the right spot to put it down. So the best part about that for me was that even though it didn't go to plan, people were still staying alive just in case.
Mate, 9 times out of 10, he makes that gut run and doesn't get any reward for it by Wishart, right? But you got to keep doing it. That's part of the point, isn't it? That's part of the plan. So the team realizes that everyone's there. You make those gut runs because eventually there will be that opportunity, and in we go. Stephanie, I just want to call a couple of things.
I've seen the comment.
So Ezra Grubb, I agree, says that he should be in jail. We do agree with that, but either way, he is not. So that's it, but that doesn't change him from being a flog. He was definitely one of those in this game. I'm happy for anyone to challenge me for that, but there was some foolish things that he does, and unfortunately he's under the spotlight for it every single time because of his past. And Jess comes in and says, you would fit well in our group chat. I think it's more so it would fit well with just you, Jess.
So just whilst we're at it, just some halftime stats. I think Storm had 54 possession. 54% possession in the first half. It really felt like, we had a lot more ball, but it wasn't that much. What's the surprising part is the tackles inside the 20 were 16-4. So even though we scored some long range stuff. So the completion was 77% for the Broncos, 81% for us, and the Broncos had missed 31 tackles in that half. So that 31 tackles was the difference between the scoreline, really. They weren't initiating contact, they weren't holding on, and they weren't sticking to their tackles, and we were making them pay. So pleasing, but just that one shit pass from Munster that really kind of opened the door for them to think that they were still in the game when if we had gone in at 30-4, I don't know, it would have felt a little bit better.
I agree. Halftime happens. We get into second half. 32-minute mark. Leo gets binned for that high shot. You agree? That's you think he'll get suspended? So it's definitely a sin bin.
I think he's definitely going to get a week for that, unfortunately.
I think he does too. I actually thought we defended this quite well. Yes, we let in that try, but I thought we did okay. There was the high kick. So then, basically, I think it's Hunt puts up a really high kick. Wishart lets it go down. I'm so over the whole letting the ball go down. I would much rather you go up and get a knock on than just let it go and let Broken play, because here's another opportunity here that we've given, because
is that the bat?
This Wishart lets it go
there
back
to Stags,
and so the kick then comes, so it goes back, it shifts over, and then the kick ends up with Stags. The kick across field by Stags. Man kicks it then to Hunt, and Hunt gets the first try of the year. I just for his first try, he makes it 14-30. Pera misses it. Harry actually, for the first time, we accept the kickoff rule, and Hunt kicks the ball mid-range. So there's the first time that trial kick has been used, I think, wasn't it?
Yep. Yeah, no, it was very sloppy, and like it's not a nice try by the Broncos. It's just the bat back landed in the right place, and then the kick across field was dog shit, and it landed in the right place, and then Mate Mam just ends up with it and puts Hunt across. It's I don't know. It's another one. So far, 2 of those 3 tries I don't think are much chop at all.
Well, the third try wasn't either.
It's way worse.
So Harry does kick it. Hunt kicks it to mid-range. Now, at the 27-minute mark, Ricky returns off the HIA well before Leo returns. Like, do you have any information on how he returns after not getting 15 for not having the HIA standard 15-minute rule?
I don't know. I didn't even notice it, to be honest, and I was writing my own notes, not reading your one, so I didn't even pay attention.
So yeah, it was one of the first things I noticed, and then some of the guys got into the chat, started mentioning it, and I was just like, oh, I don't understand how he returned. He returned like literally. I think the 32-minute mark was when Leo goes off, and I'm pretty confident that Ricky runs back on the field at the 27-minute mark. So it was only
maybe
5 minutes.
Maybe sometimes I don't know how this works, but I'm sure there's a cat 1, which is you have to.
Well, you don't return.
You're off and you stay off. There's a cat 2, which is you've got to do your 15-minute stand down, and there's a cat 3. And the cat 3, which is not used very often, but what it is you have to go off and you have to be officially tested. So maybe the independent doctor got him off for an official test because maybe that's what happened, because there's definitely an option for that. I don't know if that's what happened, but it's possible.
So Stephanie's asking the same question. Grant says they said he didn't show symptoms, so he was allowed back on. And Glenn said he was only off for 4 minutes. So I don't get it. But either way, this kind of plays into Leo's field, is that it was a high hit, but because Ricky returns so quickly and he doesn't show symptoms, the severity of that hit might get him off, and he might only just get a fine or something like that. So I don't know, but we'll see what happens with that, because I'm very eager to see, because he literally did not go off for longer than 5 minutes. Then this is where we were talking about, geez, we were lucky. Just before Leo's ready to return.
Got a bit messy.
We bloody 6 again. There was 4. We had 4 6 agains in a row. And I thought, oh man, we are lucky.
Steph with the late strip with the penalty. Harry Grant kicked that ball. Cooper Clark couldn't pick it up. We knocked on. Alec McDonald was stripped by Willison, and Broncos challenged it. There was just a bit of a messy period there where both teams couldn't get much going on. Every time they tried to do something, there was a mistake, an error, or a penalty, or a 6 again.
And there was even...
Payne Haas dropped it in there.
Yeah, there was even one of the... I think it was Wishart with the penalty that or the offside penalty that stopped the try entirely. So it was very interesting. Anyways, we get the ball back and the ball it just keeps going. Haas drops it off Haas drops it at the end of that. We get the ball back. We go up the field 3-6 agains in a row. That's when I made that call to my wife and said, "Oh, watch us get a bin here, and everyone will go in uproar." But Munster kicks it really nicely off some really good set. That the ball shifts as we go up. Yes, we used the momentum of the 6 agains, but that was a beautiful kick. Great for my bet because I had Sewer for a try. Sewer got a try there, and he goes up with his 17 tries. So that's the most. That's the most for the Storm so far this season.
Yeah, I mean, on that try there, I mean, the kick is great, and Sewer, they love timing Sewer's run because he's so electric off the mark. But what I wrote for that try, if you watch that try, Oren Keeley gets into the tackle, and they hold him up in the tackle, and Oren Keeley's facing our try line, he's facing backwards, and Harry's behind him, and Harry's looking around the field, and Oren Keeley eyeballs Harry right there. I can play this ball quickly. And if you watch him again, he's trying to tell him with his eyes, fucking get ready for this. And as soon as Harry notices it, Keeley snaps it around, turns around, quick play the ball, gets it to Harry, then they shift it out to Money, and then he kicks it and he hits Sewer. Yep. That's Keeley's try every day of the week for me. I know the kick's great, but go watch Keeley eyeballing Harry there. It's unreal.
I love it. We go up 36-14, and Brisbane accept the new kickoff rule, and we have to kick off. Meany sends it long.
Wishy knocks on.
Wishy, yeah, go.
And then, that's when Orblix comes on and strips the ball out of Wishy's hands. Like, it's real cheeky from Tafa. He needed to get one back there because he fucking carrying on in the last set, and Wishy tried to stand up, and Orblix pulled his hand, and Wishy dropped the ball. We didn't have a challenge to use there, so they got the ball. Then Sewer grabbed the ball, and Mariner came across and put the tackle on him, and then Sewer dropped the ball. He just landed real awkwardly on his back just because of the way the tackle come in, and he couldn't hold on to it. But they tried to throw the ball around there, and they threw the ball, and STB was all over it. He seen it come, and Hunt tried to cut out pass looking for Mariner in the corner, and STB got off his line and intercepted the ball, ran 80 metres and scored under the post. So STB's now got a double, and it's a second intercept try for the game.
Runs the 80 metres.
Shit options.
Absolutely fantastic run. And Brisbane also then accept the kickoff, and Meany kicks it long again. Sewer then at that point comes off, and this is where Seve comes on. So give me a quick love. Give some love to Seve. It's great to see him return after such a long stint.
He's one of those blokes that Bellamy just loves just because he's no nonsense. And I mean, a lot of people have had a bit of over the years, people have not really got into Seve. Like, I've seen it in Storm family a lot where people just don't appreciate what he offers. But like I say, I'm the complete opposite. When Seve's on the field, he looks for the ball. He wants to go looking for work, and he wants to have solid runs. So I don't know. I love to see it. He straightened up his goggles. It was just a good moment. I was smiling on my couch. So I love that.
Had a couple of beautiful runs. Saved a try too. I thought he was good in his
nice tackle there.
Yeah.
What about, I think just after that bit, Broncos have a real opportunity to score, and Karapani goes in down the wing, and he does that fucking steps. He tried to do the
Did you read my notes
dive
and
that they
steal
do
what
around.
I wanted to say?
No, I haven't. Go,
you go, because
I haven't read your note.
You'll probably say it a little bit more eloquently than I will.
No, all I was going to say is he was trying to do the fancy finish when really he had so much room there, and he did that. He tried to do like the Xavier Coates or the I don't know what you want to call it, the Dallin Wateni Zalesniak style, get in the air and jump around the post, and he didn't even know he'd stepped out. So I thought that was lazy. And another thing that, I mean, they weren't going to win from there. They were 42-14 down, but I mean, you still need to put that try in.
It was the worst bludgeon try of 2026. I'm calling it right now, and we'll see what happens next week. But I don't think anyone can stuff that up any worse next week.
Yeah,
you just can't do that.
Then my next note after that Karapani bomb try is Moses dead. Stefano ran into him. Moses put his head on the side and tried to just run like, I don't know what he was thinking. He's only little, but he didn't quite get there. And Stefano ran through with the bumper up and really crunched his neck there. And it's a bit of a shame for Moser because he hasn't been able to get a game. He hasn't been able to get any minutes. He comes on, and 5 minutes after being on, he puts his head on the wrong side of Stefano, who I thought he was dead. I genuinely was like, oh my God, he's going to have a broken neck. So, yeah, he had to go off for his HIA.
I did say in my own lounge room, I was like, why are you as a hooker trying to tackle a forward like that? Like, you're just asking to get knocked out.
Stay up.
Yeah.
Just stay up. Just stay up and wrap him.
At least let him
don't
run
put
through
your
your
head down.
chest. You're slowing him down and let the other guys come through and hit over the top.
That's it. You're not going to fold him.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Glenn, STB was looking around. We were having a laugh when he ran for that 80 metres. He was looking around to pass it off like he was knackered, and then he realised no one was with him, and then he just put the burners on for that last 20. I did have a bit of a laugh at that myself. I don't know. Sewer didn't come off for an injury as such. I think he's just come off for a rest. He did have a little arm issue and stuff like that, but I don't think he...
Yeah, he was... Yeah. I agree. I don't think he's hurt it. I think Sewer's played all year and he's had lots of little niggles, and I think they really wanted to get Seve on the field. I mean, that was pretty clear when they named him. All the talk this week is somehow they were going to get Seve on. When you've got that margin at 42-14, Sewer's already scored a try. He's had a great game. I think you can give him the early mark, and sure, he might have done something to his shoulder, but I really don't think it's going to be an ongoing injury, and I think he'll be available for selection next week for sure.
He'll be sweet next week, in my opinion, as well. 6 minutes to go. Ma'am, and as they get their third try, literally every one of them was off a bit of a mistake. It was just pure luck. Keeley tries to go for the intercept. He was in his rights to doing it. Unfortunately, he just didn't get it right. It comes off his arm. Deflection straight into Ma'am, and Ma'am rips over for his try.
Just the right place, right time.
Basically,
that's all.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's all. Yeah. And good effort from Keeley too. If that sticks to his hand, he probably gets 60 or 70 metres down the field as well. Yeah.
I agree. Harry accepts the kickoff rule, so he goes, we want to receive it. Broncos kick it short, and that's the first time that a kickoff from the new kickoff rule that they want to trial goes short, and the team gets it back that just scored a try. So,
my notes on that one, like STB had a clean catch at it too. He bombed it. It was a fucking shit effort. Crocodile hands. He just tried to catch it and bombed it, and then Broncos get it back. Then Hunt gets a massive line break, passes it out to Karapani, and then he burns them down the wing, and it looks like Broncos, might be in a chance to score again, but, shit pass out the back, it goes dead, and we get the ball back. But, we probably should have cleaned that one up. STB should have caught it.
Either way, we defended all right. We get up, last 20 seconds to go. Hughes puts the ball in a dime, and STB gets his hat trick. And STB needs some good kudos because I spent a bit of time in the conversation during the week around him, especially around some of us just wanting to celebrate a good try and just say, yep, all right, he didn't have the greatest game. We lost as well, but that was a bloody good try, and he copped a lot of shit for it. And he's come out and got... granted, like almost 200 metres, 3 tries.
Yeah, 3 tries, 3 tackle breaks, 1 line break. Had 11 runs, nearly 200 metres. It's definitely his best game in purple. Without that drop ball, again, whatever, it's not the worst thing in the world, but without that drop ball, I think his game was pretty flawless. He was strong in defence. Oh, they did one cutout pass. He got off his wing, and they probably should have scored in the corner when he come off his wing. Lucky enough, they bombed it. But so he probably did have one more error, a bit of a shit read coming off his wing.
It is what it is in that type of game when the game's basically over, and also the fact is that it's basically a dead rubber. It's just playing for a win and bragging points. You kind of give a little bit about that away. Anything else you want to talk about on the game, Aaron?
No, I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that very much, and it's good to see effort, and it's good to see defensive resolve in a game like that. Broncos haven't been crushed all year, but we haven't either. So, it's nice to get an away win, and it's nice to build some momentum towards the back end of the season, so we're not going in with a balloon that's fully empty and really looking deep into our souls for next year. We're finding some positives and getting some players back, and some of the kids are actually starting to look really positive, So I'm happy.
Yeah, me too. Let's talk some 3-2-1s. And anyone here that wants to jump in, if you're in the chat, there's a few of you in there. There's a few watching. If you want to jump on, click the link that I've posted. I might put it up one more time. But we're going to go in and talk about our 3-2-1s. Aaron, do you want to start us off?
Tough one for me. It's a tough one. I'm going to give my 3 to Nick Meaney. I thought in the first half he made 2 monster tackles that were so good. Like his defense has been questioned a long time, and if he's playing defense like that with that attitude, and he also scored that try on a really hard line, and I just thought what he did early in the game was really, really good. And I know that backed off a little bit in the second half, but I don't think he played poorly in the second half. He just didn't stand out like he did in the first half. So my 3 goes to Meaney, and I think that's his best game for the club all year, so credit there. I'm probably going to give my 2 to Moses Leo again. Same thing, huge first half, a couple of really nice high balls, a couple of nice runs down the wing. I just thought he offered a lot. Even when he ran back into the middle, he was taking those carries off the wing that we used to see him from Warbrick and X, and the ones that we need to play our style of footy. So I'm going to give 2 to Moses Leo. And then my 1, I really struggled who to put there. I mean, that last try from STB gets him pretty close. I thought Wishy had a good game. I thought Keeley was really good. I really thought Blore was good. His stats don't really show how good he played, because he doesn't have any attacking stats there, but I do think he was really good. But I think my 1 has to go to Steph. I think all game when he was on, he just kept running into the line, putting his bumpers up and getting a quick play of the ball. So I give Steph my 1.
And Steph, I found that my 3 votes goes to Leo. Just thought he was fantastic most of the game. Basically, the only time you didn't notice him on the field was when he was off the field for the sin bin. So to me, that was a very clear 3. I would have, if Meaney had kept going, or even half what he did in the first half to what he did in the second half, he probably would have been my 3 votes. But that means that I've given him the 2 votes. I thought Meaney was really good all game. When the game was on the line, there was a couple of really nice try-saving tackles, as you said. He's got himself a try as well. He kicked it quite well. 7 from 8, I think was actually, I'm just looking now, 7 conversions, 8 attempts. So he kicked quite well. Look, he only had the 88 metres, but a line break assist, 2 try assists. And that try, I just think that was a really good game for Meaney. And my 1 vote, I found it really hard. I thought Keeley was good. I reckon Sewer was electric. Thought he was fantastic all game. I liked STB as well, and he got 3 tries, but I'm going to give my 3 votes. Oh, I thought Wishart was good too, but I'm giving my 3 votes to Stefano. My 1 vote to Stefano. I just thought he was just immense. And when he wasn't on the field, we just didn't get as much go-ahead, and we needed a bit of luck. And when he was on the field, he was just a monster for us, a brick wall. And yeah, he was very important. He's going to be massive for our future, particularly with who's coming in. So that's where I was. Stephanie says 3-2-1. Glenn says 3 Wishart, 2 Meaney, 1 Leo. Terry says Meaney, then Moses, then Wishart. And Mike says definitely Meaney's best game of the season. I think it was quite clearly. That's us done. No, we don't have anyone else sitting in the waiting room in the lobby for us to join in, so we might just call it a day.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks. Nice to get a win, and it's good to get this one done. Let's look forward to next week. Big game. I mean, that's a challenge, that one. Shark Park against the Sharks, who really need to win. So let's see what we can do. There might be a couple of forced changes if Moses can't play. I don't think Trent's got anything to worry about. He might get a fine, but surely he's okay. But we might see some changes next week.
Yeah. I hope we go into the end of the year with 2 wins in a row, go into pre-season. It'll make us just have a little pep in the step. I think it would make a big change.
Exactly.
Thanks everyone for joining in. Catch you on Tuesday next week for our TLT show. Love you all. See you later.
Thank you.